Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days. Just finished watching NXT this week, and I thought it was an absolutely brilliant show. Really enjoyed it. Loads going on, loads of backstage segments, some really strong in-ring work. There was a few announcements that were made. Obviously, we were not too far away from Takeover, and a couple of big announcements there. I think that NXT is just really exciting at the moment because they've got a lot of established stars, they've got a lot of emerging stars, they've got a lot of talent, basically. We're at Full Sail, so the crowd are very vocal, very passionate, and the show starts off with Blake and Murphy. So they come out and they're up against Austin Aries and obviously a mystery partner. Now, it's going to be controversial, but I was disappointed in the mystery partner because I really wanted it to be someone like Bobby Roode, or for it to be a debuting star, and it was Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, you can't really be disappointed with Shinsuke Nakamura, but equally, I don't really want to see him in a tag match. I want to see him in a feud. I honestly thought Aries was going to turn on him. I was amazed that he didn't at the end of that because I thought that was going to be the feud. Didn't happen. They pick up the win, and then the big story is that Blake and Murphy appear to be splitting up, and Alexa appears to have left them as well. So real turmoil in that. That'll be interesting. A Blake versus Murphy match would be really good. I would be interested in that. The only problem is once they've done that, where do they go after that? Because I really don't see either of these guys having an amazing singles career. So yeah, this was a decent match. There were some good moments in it, but the big talking points are Blake and Murphy splitting. Next, there was a interview with No Way Jose, and I really enjoyed it. You know, he's funny, he's full of energy, he's really growing on me. He's not amazing in the ring, he's not awful, but there's nothing that really stands out. But this backstage segment had me laughing and smiling, and actually I really wanted to see him in a match, which is what it should do, isn't it? Obviously he's been very, very active on social media, getting a load of people to change over. I think it was No Way Day, wasn't it? Was it the 14th of May? I can't quite remember, but I know a load of superstars changed over their picture to him. In fact, a load of the universe did as well, the WWE universe. So he did it because I think he's on about 9,000 followers on Twitter, and so he wants to get more. So he just did this massive campaign to try and get more followers, and it was called No Way Day. And it's like, yeah, that's what you should do. You should try and get yourself over. You should try and connect with the fans. He's got an opportunity, and he is taking it. And I've got maximum respect for that. Next we had Payton Royce going up against Carmella. Now, I think both of these girls, especially Carmella, had some really good moments in the match. But the problem was that as a match, it was poor. I can't say it was good when it wasn't, and it wasn't good because some of the transitions from moves were sloppy. They were both like shouting throughout the match. And it's just like it had the right kind of energy, and they were trying, and they were making the right kinds of noises, if you will, but it just came across as too staged. It came across as, right, I do this, then you do that, and I'll do that, and then you do that, and oh, can I get that? Yeah, I've got that. Right, now what are we gonna do? They hid it by, screaming whenever they hit each other, to try and add extra intensity into the match, when really it should have been the action that was adding that intensity. So for me, this was a poor match. Not one that hurts either of them, but those transitions from moves and the reversals just a bit too sloppy. And the moveset's fine, and I love Carmella's finisher, but they need to tidy that up. Next, there was a backstage segment, and it was announced that Balor versus Joe is going to be in a cage, which kind of had already heard rumours for. That's cool. My only concern is, and I've said it before, don't want Balor to come out in his demon attire. and then for him to lose, basically, because the Demon Balor is undefeated, and I think Demon Balor should stay undefeated. I don't see Finn winning the title. He's had it before, and I don't see the benefit in putting it back on him. So for me, it's going to be Joe. But they've clearly got a plan. They're clearly doing something, but I just can't figure out what it is yet, other than a Joe victory. After that, we had my favourite tag team, some of my favourite wrestlers, actually, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now, I love these two. I've been a fan of theirs since they first came into NXT. I'd heard a couple of bits about them before, but I don't really watch the indie scene. So, it was. I've really enjoyed these guys. I think they kind of came in during the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So they've been in a little time. They've tried doing the singles thing. It didn't quite work for them, but really strong Johnny wrestling chants. And I felt sorry for Tommaso Ciampa because his intensity is up there with anyone's, and his moveset as well. So I expect big things from these guys. They were up against Birch and I want to say Zayic. I can't quite remember who it was. But this was an okay-ish match. A couple of decent spots from Ciampa and Johnny, but no, it was really just to continue to highlight them to the wider audience. After that, we had the main event, Bayley against Nia Jax, and this was a really good match. The crowd didn't break out into "This is awesome" chants or anything along those lines, but and in all fairness, it wasn't really that level. There was a couple of great moments, like Bayley constantly trying to slap on that guillotine finisher because that's how she beat Nia in London. And Nia was just constantly trying to battle out of it. I mean, for large parts of this match, it was all Nia Jax, and then Bayley obviously came and had her moments. I honestly thought Bayley was going to win this. I fancied Nia at the start, but I just think that they tend to go down the rematch road, and so I was fully expecting Bayley versus Asuka at TakeOver. So I was very, very surprised when Nia picked up the victory. That's a big victory. That's one of the biggest victories she could have got, beating Bayley. And it's good. They need to start booking her better. They need to change that music as well. I'm really not into that music, but Nia looked good in this match. Dominant, strong, everything that she should. Bayley, fine, doesn't matter. It's a loss, but she can take those losses. She's a former NXT Women's Champion. It really doesn't matter at this stage. So it'll be interesting to see where it all comes together. How does Carmella fit into this picture? How does Alexa Bliss fit into this picture? How does Bayley fit into it? How does Nia Jax fit into it? There's quite a lot going on in the women's division at the moment, so and also in the tag division. There's not a great deal happening in the males singles division. I'd say that's being underbooked at the moment, but then, I don't know, you can't really have everything, can you? But kind of, other than Joe Balor, there's no real, big male feuds, singles feuds. So it'll be interesting to see the TakeOver card coming together over the next few weeks. Cool. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it'd be brilliant if you did, because I've got loads more videos on the way. Hopefully see you next time. Bye for now.